All right, season 2 of Horsemen Academy. We back at it again. This one is personal and special for me. We got a brother in here today that actually I've probably been courting this brother, trying to figure out how we could work together, going on about 2 years now. One, I'm excited about what he's got going on. I'm excited for you all to hear his story, and I'm really excited about what's next for him, because I know just in seeing from afar, big things here for this brother. So, Brother Warren, please introduce yourself to the audience.
Man, appreciate you for having me, man. Warren Broadnax, serial entrepreneur. Straight up, bro. Serial entrepreneur. CEO, founder, She's Happy Hair. Co-founder of Happy Me Tea. Executive director of the She's Happy Foundation. And I'm just launching a production company.
Yeah, that's what we talking. Yeah, we gotta talk about all that.
Yeah. So we ain't named it yet. I don't know. We gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Is it gonna be anything in the happy realm? Is it gonna be around that?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't wanna. I'm trying to play with my name a little bit, but I feel like that's a little ego-ish. So maybe my, WB Media Group, something like that, right?
Okay,
something that feels big. We're gonna speak it into existence.
We definitely gonna speak that into existence today. So I encourage you, before we even jump in, tell everybody where they can find you, how they can get in touch with you, because I can guarantee after this interview, people gonna want to get more about you. So
Man,
tell them where.
Because I'm bad at that. So they can catch me on Instagram at Warren Broadnax, WarrenBroadnax. That's on Instagram. That's on Facebook. That's on TikTok. That's on YouTube. That's on Google. That's on Yahoo. That's on Bing. So
man, that man said Bing.
Yeah, I'm on Bing too. I'm spending some advertising dollars on Bing right now.
Bing.
So yeah, even Bing, because I'm spending some dollars and we get some returns on Bing a little bit. So somebody out there still using Bing, but that's on everything, man. My original name, Warren Broadnax.
Yeah. Okay, man. So I'm excited. So let's start from the beginning. I need your origin story. How did you become Warren, the serial entrepreneur?
Bro, I think you, as a dreamer, bro, a kid from Houston, Texas, bro, right?
So you're originally from the 8?
Yeah.
What side of town we got to ask?
All over. All over, to be completely honest. Roots come from Sunnyside, 3rd Ward, South Park, you know what I'm saying? But, man, we moved, bro, all over the Southwest. We kind of got stable in Mo City, about high school, graduated from the Ridge. After the Ridge, went to the military, went to the Navy. You know what I'm saying? Straight to San Diego, 4 years in the military. Just that helped mold me. I think that really definitely prepared me for entrepreneurship more than anything, bro. It was just spending that time in the military, traveling the world and just challenging myself, right?
So you say the military for you. Some people that I've talked to before, because I've had people on who've been in the military, and for them, they felt like it was stifling. You feel like it aided you some in your entrepreneurial journey then?
Nah, bro, best decision I've made.
See, so that's different. So explain that. Okay.
I just think the principles, bro. You know what I'm saying? Starting off with just your morals.
Okay.
Right? I still embody a lot of the morals from the military, from the Navy. Honor, courage, and commitment, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think just being a stand-up individual, that's first, because in entrepreneurship, relationships, everything, who you are is everything. So your integrity, right? So honor, courage, and commitment, right? Even though I was late today, you know what I'm saying? Even though I was late today.
He told on himself.
But being on time is one of the things that they kind of big on in the military. But I ain't in it no more. But one of those things, bro, but always being where you need to be despite whatever the current circumstance. I don't care what you got going on. You go show up to work, you go be on the ship in the morning. I don't care if you got drunk. I don't care if you got shot. Whatever you got coming on, it's a doctor here. You better be here. You better be here 15 minutes early.
Yeah.
Right? And then one of the main things I think that kind of transfers over to entrepreneurship in the military, you ain't in control of nothing, bro.
At all.
Nothing. All you can do is show up, be clean, and be ready, and always prepare for when shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
So I think that's the thing with entrepreneurship. And when it does hit the fan, you got to kind of lean on your training, and you also got to keep a calm mind. So all of those things I think transfer over to entrepreneurship in just an amazing way, bro.
So that's interesting. See, I've had other people who would be like, man, not having any control stifled their creativity, stifled them being able to be their best self. It sounds like for you, you took those templates that you get, that structure that you get, and was able to transfer it into your own thing.
Yeah, because just the discipline aspect of it. Even though you're not in control, you're in control of a lot of things, right? And you got to be very self-disciplined in the military, bro. You got to be. You know, it's what's required of you. So if you keep worrying about things out of your control, just same way in the military, same way in entrepreneurship, all you gonna do is drive yourself crazy.
And that's a fact. Hey, as a person who has a few things going, a lot of stuff happens that's out of your control. And most of the time, we are so focused on those things, it takes you away from the bigger picture of what's happening. How do you control like those thoughts? How do you control the thoughts of this could go wrong, this is going wrong? How do you get yourself out of that?
One of my favorite quotes, and it's written on in my office on my computer, is control what you can control. Okay, it's just that simple, right? Just if I can't do nothing about it, I can't sit up here and stress about it, right? That's one of the main things. Is just that quote right there. It really keeps things in perspective for me, because when you are, everybody's gonna go down that rabbit hole. Oh, what about this? What about that? But that realigns me when I go, control what you can control. And then I ain't worried about all the stuff that's out there. Bro, what can I do? I can do the work I can do. I can make sure I get up and go hard every day. I can keep a positive mindset. I can control the circle around me. That's my whole life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's my whole life right there. So I think that quote alone, and then also in entrepreneurship, the most consistent part is failure.
That's true.
So remembering the quote that you don't know what you don't know, it allows you to give yourself some grace, and also don't worry about all these things that may go wrong, because you don't know it until it goes wrong. Control what you control until it goes wrong. Depend on your training. Keep a cool mind and keep on going, bro. That's like the process.
I'm with that. Like, for real, because a lot of people don't think about that. So from the military, did you ever go W-2? Did you ever go work? Or were you like, I'm jumping right into something that's my own?
Nah, from the military, I did a lot of paramilitary.
Okay.
Halliburton. Okay. I came out like 05.
So civil servant type work.
Yeah. A little bit of time in Africa, then came and worked like 4 years for Harris County Juvenile Probation. Okay. And then Houston Fire Department, I was a firefighter for like 3-4 years, and it was there I was able to start my entrepreneurial journey. But always paramilitary, and a lot of those jobs, especially the fire department, the Navy, again, prepares you for entrepreneurship, because you got structure, you got to figure it out yourself, you always got to train, you always got to be ready for a fire, right?
Yeah, that's crazy to think about. You're right. Like, so you've always been in roles that had you prepared, it sounds like.
Absolutely.
A lot of people jump into entrepreneurship with no training out even of anything.
Right.
So you're saying that these things gave you preparation to be prepared for what you're doing now.
Preparation for sure, and assurance of who I am, right? You know, when you go through, it's like in entrepreneurship, you go through a few losses, bro. You don't really shake it off. That 5th, 7th, 8th year losses, you be all right by then, because you know it. But when you coming in, you don't know it, you're uncertain of yourself, you don't know how you go act under pressure. I done been in burning buildings. You feel me? So I know who I am. I know I can deal with the pressure, and I welcome it. A lot of people who don't know who they are, they may put these boundaries on themselves. Oh, if it ever gets this bad, I'll just give out. I'll give up. Ain't no give in me. And I know that through the circumstances I've been through and the self-assurance I have through the obstacles I've encountered.
What was more challenging for you, Navy or firefighting?
Man, what was more challenging?
Because, you know, they're different. You know, one, federal, military, you know, that's a big organization.
Right.
City of Harris County, that's big too. But now you working in precincts, you working in a small, like really, fire stations are a business of their own.
They are.
One fire station is their own business, really.
So is a ship, right? I think that they're kind of equal to me.
Okay.
Because I go into a lot of situations with no expectations. So when I went to the Navy, I made a decision in 2 weeks. Literally. July 9th, I went to a recruiting office, and July 26th, I was in the Navy, right?
You was already enlisted.
So I had no expectations, and it was like, this is the life I'm living now, so I just adapted, right? I think with the fire department, too, I went in with no expectations. I was just like, we go see what it's about. I would probably say the military is a little harder, because when you go overseas, bro, you on a little floating ship, you on like a little jail. You know what I'm saying? You stacked up in the bunks. Fire department was easier because the commitment is less, right? We're only working 48 hours a week, which is in 24-hour shifts. So that's 2 days
2 days a week.
5 days a week. You off, you do whatever you want to do. So I would say the military was a little harder because you would have to leave 6 months at a time. I didn't have a family at that time.
Okay.
But if I did, leaving my wife and kids would have been hard, leaving them 6 to 9 months and going and, doing whatever they require you to do.
Nah, that makes complete sense. So let's talk about then, you said when you were in the fire department, that gave you the push to start going into your entrepreneur journey. What did that look like for you? And did you know, like, was there a bad fire? Was there a bad moment where you was like, I'm not doing this no more? Or was it you just preparing yourself to go out on your own?
I've always been an aspiring entrepreneur.
Okay, so you went from expired to cereal.
Yeah. Aspiring. You always wanted to.
Yeah.
I intentionally did paramilitary jobs because I felt like those were not corporate jobs, and I feel like at least my assumptions was, I feel like in corporate jobs, you got to kind of kiss ass to work your way up the ladder.
Man, you got to.
And I don't really work like that, so I purposely stayed away from that. I always wanted to be in a situation where I control my own destiny. Okay. As an aspiring entrepreneur, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't think I was gonna be selling hair, right?
We're gonna get to that.
Right. Facts. But I think in a fire department, either everybody got a second career, right? Because you got so much time, and it was then I was working for some other cats, and I didn't like their integrity. I didn't like the way they was handling us. Me and one of my boys, he an entrepreneur too, and we would talk about it as we would work for this one cat. Like, man, he ain't keeping it A1. Like, he just like, this ain't gonna work. Yeah. We like left without no time, without like any notice. But it was just like, bro, if I can get in a situation where I can control my own destiny and everything is dependent on me, I know I'll win. So that was the mindset. And then I had the time. I was able to get into my first venture when my co-founder called me when I was actually working an extra day at the fire station. And he was just like, bro, and he knew I had this hustle mentality. And he was like, man, basically, bro, I know some cats that was making $4,000 selling some hair. Let's sell some hair. And I thought he was crazy as hell, bro. Like, bro, why are you calling me about now? Because I didn't know anything about hair.
That's a crazy thing.
Yeah, so it's like, bro, you tripping? But when he telling me, like, bro, these cats make $4,000 in a weekend selling hair. Now, this extra 24-hour shift I'm working at the fire department at that time, I'm making $250 for 24 hours. Yeah, to put it in perspective.
So you could have had a $4,000 increase, basically.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Because that $250
ain't doing too much of nothing. And you try to be strategic and get slow stations where you can rest, get your little workout in. But bro, it's for real. Then the siren go off, you suit working up. Yeah, you go in there.
Yeah. So you blow that $250 at the club, where that $4,000, that's real money.
Absolutely.
So you thought that was a interesting opportunity. What made you take that leap? Because again, selling hair, we're going to talk about She's Happy in a second.
Right.
But selling hair had to be foreign to you. Come on now.
It was, bro. It was. What made me take that leap, it was just like, bro, I'm a very optimistic cat.
You are.
So
you are. And go to his Instagram, too. I'm going to tell y'all this now. Go, because if you want to be uplifted, go to brother's Instagram and just scroll. You're gonna leave on fire.
That's the energy. That's the energy I'm trying to pump out.
Yeah.
So that's always been me though. Okay. Like even in high school, like if me and my boys finna go play basketball, I'm the one talking noise in the car. Bro, they can't hold us. If we go into the club, bro, we gonna get all the chicks, right?
Yeah,
that's always been my energy. So, and it starts with the conversations I have with myself. I think I can do anything. So when he hit me with the hair thing, it's like, all right, bro, this could be my way out. Was like my first thing. I'm an aspiring entrepreneur. I don't know what it is. Like, bro, maybe this could possibly be the thing that changes my life, right? And then understanding, okay, what's my competitive advantage here?
Okay.
Like, right?
Okay.
And what my thing is like, okay, I don't know anything about hair right now, but I do know the customers as a single black man who raised by black women, who love his black mama, who love black women. If I can't talk to nobody on earth, bro, I can talk to a black woman.
Straight up.
So I knew that, and I knew that my integrity would only allow me to sell a top tier quality product. Yeah. So at that point, it's just like the only hurdles I got is just figuring out how to learn about this product.
Okay.
And my approach to that was based on, how did I get the confidence to approach off that? Baby boy. Watching Tyrese on Baby Boy, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. If you remember, like I didn't have cable at the time, so there was a lot of DVDs back in there. It's 2010, 2011 days. Watching Tyrese on Baby Boy, he would go in there and sell the dresses.
He sold the dresses all the time. He would walk into the salon with the dresses.
Come on, bro.
Put them up against them and be like, you know, you look good in this. Yeah. So you was the Tyrese of the hood.
Facts, facts, bro, facts. Facts. And I was like, if he could do it on the movie, bro, I could do it too. Again, just optimism. It could be blind optimism, but to be an entrepreneur, you gotta be blindly optimistic about yourself.
Yeah.
So that was the mindset. And how did I get the knowledge? I also knew as a cat to get his hair cut every week. If a woman walk into the barbershop, bro, we talking all day long.
Oh,
we just
question.
welcoming that energy in here. We gonna hold you in there as long as she can stay.
We want that energy.
Absolutely. So I was like, bro, I wonder, does this work if a man walks into a beauty salon?
Okay.
So that was my hypothesis. And I would walk into beauty salons and ask questions posing as a customer. Like, hey, my sister sent me in here to buy this hair. And they would welcome me in.
Of course.
And then I would ask questions, and I would spend up to an hour or two in there.
Now, hold on. Was you a single man at this time?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You was going to beauty salons in the H.
Yeah.
As a single man. Yeah. Spending 2-3 hours.
2-3 hours.
You was getting more than just hair. No, you was getting phone numbers too.
No, it wasn't, bro. No, I was pissing ass off because I was making them. You know, you can wear that energy only wears off so long. He was like, all right, it's a man here, but brother, we running the business. Either you gonna make a sale or you gonna leave. Straight and at that point, as soon as I got to that point, I would be like, it's a little too overwhelming for me. I'm gonna send my sister in here. Thank you for
But
your time.
already had the notes.
Yeah, already. I'm going straight to the next one, bro. I'm going straight to the next one. My first few sales pitches, I only knew how to talk to women as a single man. So I would go where I knew they would be at. Scott Gergens, all the little spots like that back in the day.
Man, I forgot about Scott
Come on, bro. You remember them 50 cent wings on Wednesdays
and they had
Scott?
that upper level that you could go on. Man, Scott used to be a hot spot.
Exactly. That's where I was at. That was
used
my
to be the spot
first ground of going. Yeah. And when I would go to approach my customers and solicit my business, I would sound like I was hollering at them.
Okay.
It would almost be verbatim into the end instead of me trying to pull out my phone and get a number.
You selling a product.
I'm pulling out a flyer like, hey, man, holler at me with the hair. And they looking very perplexed. Like, brother, I didn't think this is where it was going, right? But that was all I had. Again, just taking what you got and applying it and learning it more and more and more.
Okay, so where did the name come from? So for those of you who we've been having the hair conversation kind of transition into She's Happy, where did the name come from?
It was probably an accumulation of me and my business partner, bro. We very simple. Wasn't no genius behind it. Who was selling it to? She's.
Okay.
Well, how do we want them to feel happy? What are we selling? Hair.
Man, that's about as simple.
You know what I'm saying? It gets no simpler.
I was thinking there was gonna be some grand scheme behind this, but no.
Nah, bro, ain't no grand scheme behind nothing. The only special thing is the work ethic.
Now, when did y'all know, you and your business partner, you and your team, when did y'all know you had something?
We originally started off with $900. After that initial phone call, took me about 3 weeks going into beauty salons, figuring out. We met up. We collectively put together $900 to start the business. At that point, we would meet women in the parking lots. We would parking lots everywhere, bro. Wherever I would meet them at initially, I would have to then pull up on them. Like, right, if I met you and gave you a flyer in Scott's, you called me that Wednesday. Yeah, I'll come to you. Whatever the closest parking lot to you, I'm gonna meet you there, right? This kicked off and started, and I also, in addition to that, would post on Craigslist every day. Post like 30 posts on Craigslist. That's Craigslist days, right?
Man,
so free advertising.
For real.
Yeah, bro. So we putting 30 posts on Craigslist every single day. Happy hair, anything, bro. Just trying to cheap hair, Brazilian hair, right? Whatever. The phone would ring. I knew I had something about month 3 or 4. Because even on my 2 days at the fire station, bro, I could not relax because my phone is ringing. Or at 1 o'clock in the morning, women are calling my phone. I need a bundle here. You always meet me. Come meet me here. And at that point, I was like, okay, we got something. We got to put a little bit more structure to this. Because it's getting a little bit out of control. So at that point, that's when we went and did a little first suite, probably about as big as this little area we in now, 400 square feet. On the 5th floor of an office building, only spending $400 a month.
So that's where your systems had to go into place, though. And I tell people this all the time, like, there's going to be a moment in your business, if you stick to it, that the systems are going to be what saves you.
Absolutely.
The process will be what saves you. Couldn't be you driving around the city with bundles in your truck all the time. Like that wasn't gonna work.
Not at all.
So you got into your 400 square foot space. From there, what did it look like?
I think I like to say that's where we really honed our customer service skills, right?
Okay.
Because at that time, we didn't really have any windows on the suite. So when a woman would walk in, $500-$600 in cash in her pocket, and you just looking at me, this ain't, you black women ain't taking that step in that front door. They're not crossing the threshold unless you're really trying to, I know what it looks like. You're in the right spot. Look his hair. It's safe, right? So I think at that point it was there, and then being able to market to our customers, bro. You know, we were known locally, Houston, Dallas, for our very aggressive advertising when it comes to radio, right? And our jingle. So spending the money to talk to the customers and being unapologetic about only talking to my customers, right? Like, I don't care how somebody that's not my customer takes my spot. They may think it sounds too ghetto. They may think it sounds too urban.
Nah, you're right.
But that's my customer. I ain't saying my customer ghetto, but those are the sounds we speak. That's the talk we talk. So I'm gonna talk it like that to where they can hear it when I'm spending my advertising.
I've never seen you change up. Like, the one thing I could say, I was on a panel with you. I think you and I was dressed like this.
Yeah, facts, all the time.
I'm not gonna change neither. Like, the way I am is gonna be the way I am.
Right.
You saw me doing some work. I'm the way I am.
Every time I talk to you, bro. Every time I talk to you.
From there, when did y'all hit that level? Because there's a level in business where you go from 400 square feet to the storefront. Mm-hmm. How did you get there? That's the piece that a lot of entrepreneurs miss. They stop before they get to that storefront.
How did we get there?
Yeah.
Number one, when we were at the suite, bro, 7 days a week. If you're gonna charge me for rent, I'm gonna open this door 7 days a week.
All day.
Ain't no closing, right? Because a lot of people you hear, I want to become an entrepreneur so I can make my own hours. Man, get out of here. You gotta work every hour you woke. Those your hours as an entrepreneur, and being able to dedicate myself full time to the company. Open 7 days a week. When I close, I'm hitting Scott's, I'm hitting whatever it is, wherever I know women at, I'm passing out flyers. I'm leaving there, I'm hitting every car in the parking lot. Then I'm going to somewhere else before I go home, and I'm hitting every car in that parking lot. Doing that 7 days a week. Then I'm advertising on the radio. I'm not getting paid at this time. I'm still on my little firefighting check. So every dollar is going back into the business, 400 square feet, 2,000 on the radio, right? We look like we're everywhere.
Of course.
At that point, right?
Of course.
And we start to ascend. I noticed that when we come in, we like the 5th or 6th hair company of this niche in Houston. 5-6 months of consistent marketing. Now we number one.
Wow.
Now everybody kind of know who we are. It's like, okay, now it's time to go to the next level. And before we jumped into the storefront, I flew and opened up a location in Detroit, Michigan.
So you knew that you had something in. You had to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I knew when we were, because I had so much respect for the competitors, bro. I never underestimated any of them. I had the utmost respect. And I seen holes in their game, because there was times I would sell out of inventory and I would have to go visit one of them that I respected their product to be able to give my customers something, right? So when I would go there and I would watch the way they treat me and treat their customers, I was like, oh, no, I don't know about everything else, but customer service gonna be better.
No doubt.
Right?
No doubt.
So
no doubt. Yeah.
Being able to know and watch us ascend on top of them, it's like, okay, if I can ascend to them and it's 5, we wasn't oversaturated, but it was 5 competitors that I knew we were under. And once we ascended to be on top of them, I was like, I want to take this business model to somewhere where the demographic has the opportunity to win, but I don't have I don't have any competition with the business model.
So how did you find Detroit then? What made you? That's crazy. So you were already thinking forward. Where did Detroit come from?
Bro, one of my ex-buddies from the military, who was actually one of my roommates at the time in the Navy, he was from Detroit. And we had a conversation based off my ignorance at the time. Because he's like, yeah, I'm from the D, this and that. And I'm like, bro, again, I'm ignorant. I'm from Houston. Never been outside of Houston until I went to the military. I'm like, man, no but white people in Michigan. Right? That was my ignorance. Yeah. Stupid. I know better now. I apologize. And he went off on me like, bro, I'm from Detroit. It's like 92% black people.
It's a black city.
So that stood out to me. All I knew was black people, black women. I hit him up. I had been tapped in with him during Facebook a little bit, but I was like, he was kind of popular in the city. I knew that we had a business model. I knew if we went out there, we had no competition, and this business model worked with competition. So I knew we would kill it without competition.
Man, that's crazy. See, forward thinking, I tell entrepreneurs all the time, you got to be thinking about your next 3 to 5 years.
Absolutely.
Your current year is, your current year, you got to maintain, establish, do what you need to do to keep your customer base. But the next 3 to 5 years is what's going to determine if you're around or not.
Facts.
So if you was already thinking about that, where is all your locations now? I know Dallas, Houston. I'm very familiar with both of those locations. I didn't know about Detroit till just now. Where else are you all at?
So Dallas, Fort Worth, we have 2 locations.
Okay.
Houston, we got 3. Detroit, we got 1. Atlanta, we got 1. We're currently kind of pulling out of those locations right now to kind of really focus on Dallas and Houston.
Okay.
Though,
okay.
Right? Post-COVID, it's busy.
Everything changed.
Yeah. The whole world changed, bro. And me not being able to go there as much and spend as much time there and really dedicate myself, it's like, bro, I'm going to focus on the main thing. So we're pulling back more on our Houston and Dallas locations and really focusing on our e-commerce.
Gotcha.
Presence for sure.
So that virtual environment, that digital environment that everyone's doing, you're making a play on that now also.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So tell us about the foundation, some of those pieces, because I know a big part of how I even know you really like to give back.
Absolutely.
What is that? What's that mean for you? What's that proposition that you all do as an organization?
Well, that's crazy because a lot of people really know me for like the give
foundation.
back. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's always been in my heart, bro. I mean, I come from humble beginnings, right? So we always needed some help, bro. You know what I'm saying? We always need to borrow a little bread.
Yeah.
We always needed to. I come from a place of knowing what it's like to need some help. And I also come from a place of not seeing a you or me growing up.
Yeah.
So it's like when that's instilled in you, all you want to do growing up is be able to help other people that were in your situation and be visible.
Yep.
Right? Change your situation, number one, and then be visible and mentor people who were in your situation. So from year one with She's Happy Hair, bro, we've been giving back.
That's what's up, man.
Before we launched anything, we was just like, these women coming in, spending their last penny with us sometime on hair, and we know they mothers. So it's like, we got to give back. That was the first year we did our first back to school backpack drive. We had the little 400 square foot full of backpacks.
Yeah.
And we would invite people in. Now we looking at 10 years of that, 9 years of free haircuts for kids, 10 years of chocolate Santa at 7 different locations, free toys, free bikes for kids, converting that over to COVID and pulling up on underprivileged communities and on Christmas Day, on Christmas Eve, with a chocolate Santa and a Rolls Royce. And
man, that's crazy.
U-Hauls behind us, just surprising babies, bro. Like, we were surprising babies during COVID. Just pull up, rent a Rolls Royce just so the hood can see it with chocolate Santa.
Of course.
Right? And then we got the U-Haul in the back. We roll that up in toys, and to watch little kids, bro, ride off on a bike they didn't know they was going to get 20 minutes from now. Those are the things that fill me up. You know what I'm saying? Entrepreneurship is tough.
It is.
That foundation piece is the part, bro, that's what I like to do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's the impact. So yeah,
y'all
that's
make sure that y'all encourage. I'm encouraging the audience, support him on the foundation. Obviously, support his businesses as well. But when someone does the things that require the passion, we all work for money.
Fact.
Everybody's doing something to make a living. But when you give your time, that's what we want people to support also.
Yeah.
So how can people support the foundation? How can they get in touch on that information?
You can contact me through social.
Okay.
If you want to support the foundation, man, we giving away scholarships, everything. So we need some dollars, no
That's
lie.
what's up.
And any strategic partnerships, you can contact me directly. But the She's Happy Foundation.org.
Okay.
Right? And also on social media, the She's Happy Foundation, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, you'll see a lot of our annual give backs. We have like 8 to 9 annual give backs we do a year. We just finished up with our 11th year of back to school give backs, man. We just did our first scholarship give back where we gave away over $5,000 in scholarships,
that's dope,
bro.
man.
So, bro, we all about the community, bro. But it's crazy how so many people know me for that.
That's where I first got encountered with you.
It's crazy.
That's where I first got encountered with you. So, all right. So now we come to the time where I know you launching something spectacular.
Fact.
You got your production company, of course. Within that, you also plan to launch a podcast.
Absolutely.
So I want to talk about the podcast. You've been playing with some names, but I think you got a good one. What we gonna land on right now?
We going with the art of never giving up.
Okay, the art of never giving up. Why? Let's talk to people about what they can expect from that. Why are we going with that name? Why you feel like it's gonna be impactful for people?
Why am I going with that name? Shout out. I'm a Houstonian to the heart, right?
You are. I can
I'm
tell.
a Houstonian to the heart. I had been struggling with that name of like what to kind of name my books and everything else, because that's my energy. Is like, you just can't quit. You have to embrace failure. But I was listening to a Lil Kiki album, straight up. Shout out to Lil Kiki, Southside legend, Houston legend. And on one of his tracks, it was called Ghetto Love, he was like, have you mastered the art of never giving up?
Okay.
And when he said that, I immediately went and trademarked everything with the art of never giving up, because I knew that was me. I said, that's it. Let me go to trademark right now. It was available. I'm like, that's it.
Look,
like,
man, if you see this brother walking into your hair salon, know he getting your business.
I'm always downloading information,
and
man.
He listening to your song. He done trademark you.
Straight up. That was it, bro. I was like, that's going to be the name of the book. That's going to be, and eventually I always wanted to do a podcast. And just the thing with the podcast, bro, I was thinking of how to really relate it. I'm planning on talking to a few winners about losing, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. And just an energy exchange. I don't have a specific genre, whether it's entrepreneurs. It's just phenomenal people who I think got great energy. And I want to share energy with them on camera. And I hope people that watch it get a chance to take away something from it, bro.
Nah, I think people will definitely see that your energy translates, whether it's on camera or in the room.
Right.
Like, I hope that they see we've got good energy amongst each other.
I can feel it in here.
In the room also. The art of never giving up. What type of guests should they anticipate on the show? You mentioned just people you want to exchange. Are you looking entrepreneurs, individuals, business owners? What are you thinking?
A little bit of everything.
Okay.
Right. A little bit of everything, man. Anybody, any guest that will be on the show will be somebody that I am inspired and encouraged by in some form or fashion, whether it's entrepreneurs, whether it's writers. It might just be your average Joe who working, and I just think how gracefully they move through life and how they handle their obstacles is something to learn from. And I'm a firm believer you can learn from anybody and everybody. So initially, I'm dedicating the first season to all women, though.
Man, we love to hear that.
We're only talking to women for season one. We're talking to all women season one. I think those are the strongest people on earth. You know what I'm saying?
We would all say that. We would definitely say that. I'm a believer in that as well. Definitely a believer in that.
So that's it. But I want to touch on, too, on my production company. So I'm also launching a reality show.
Oh, let's talk about it. Yeah,
I'm also
getting exclusive.
Yeah, we're doing everything.
So tell us about it.
Yeah, so we're launching, I haven't named the reality show, but it's based around She's Happy Hair.
Okay.
So we just filmed it. We wrapped up 12 episodes for season one. We edited it. My lawyer is working on something.
Man, that post-production is the hardest part.
Man, I'm patient, though. And my production team, they be calling me apologizing, but I'm patient.
How close you think for like a trailer to drop? How close are you for that?
I think we're probably about 2-3 weeks out.
So sizzle reel trailer, you think we'll see something?
Sizzle reel, I should have that by the end of next week.
Oh, you close then?
Yeah, we done. We wrapped up production. We went back and really kind of reshot another 2 or 3 days because I wasn't happy with a few things. But with what I gave now, bro, all self-invested, I'm very confident in what we got. It's not your typical reality show. It's not a whole bunch of mess. It's the drama that you deal with in entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
I want to be very authentic and raw about that. But I wasn't about to throw it in your glasses, all of that negativity.
That ain't even you.
Yeah, that ain't what we go do.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why it was important for me to have my own production company, because I have to control this whole process. We already winning in entrepreneurship, but I want to show people what's possible and what it really looked like, because there's so many people on the gram and on YouTube that's faking the phone. So just giving everybody a real view. And also one of the main things that was big for me in this reality show was to be able to spotlight and give a voice to the amazing women that do the work in my company.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That contribute to the success. So you got leaders that's in my company that's running multi-million-dollar locations. You got sales consultants in my company that are just phenomenal. We all been there at them lower-end jobs on our journey, but giving them a platform to display and show they black brilliance was very important.
That's what's up, man. Nah, I'm excited about it. I'm glad we got the exclusive today too. And of course, this episode, this audio will be a part of launching your platform.
Facts.
Let's give some people some actionable things. And I do this all the time, but this will be specifically something that you can share for people who will find you on your podcast journey.
Right.
So as an entrepreneur, what would you have done differently if you went back 10 years?
Oh, if I would have went back 10 years as an entrepreneur, what would I have done differently, bro? I would have been a lot more aggressive, a lot earlier about educating myself.
Okay.
And about taking entrepreneurial courses, because at the beginning, I think of most entrepreneurs, you got an idea.
Yeah.
That idea translates and forms into the business that you aspire it to be. You got to be a whole different person.
Man, you don't think about that either.
Right. You just think about the idea, the big money and all this. But you have to turn into...
transform.
Yeah, you got to transform into, and they say that's what stifles like most businesses from getting from 5 million to 10 million, 10 million to 20. It's the law of the lid. It's the person at the top not evolving, right? So I would have been a lot more aggressive about, my commitment to evolving as far as a leader and as far as in the world of business altogether. And I would have networked a lot earlier.
Okay.
Bro. Just getting out there, getting my business out there, getting in the rooms, being uncomfortable a lot earlier. I'm definitely there now, and I've been there probably the last 5-6 years, but I would have did it a lot earlier.
Okay. And then another question that I always ask, think of yourself as a new business, because there will be people who are watching this that are new on their journey. For example, our young brother who's on the production board, he just finished his first short film.
That's what's up.
Written, produced, directed. It's actually pretty dope. I'm going to send you a YouTube link.
And I want to check it out. Yeah, I want to check it out.
But, someone like him, 25, getting their journey together, has a job where they can do some things on their journey. Let's say we drop 10,000 on them liquid.
Mm-hmm.
No responsibility for it other than maybe something business related. What would you recommend to a young entrepreneur?
You drop 10 racks on any entrepreneur. Number one, bro, you got to be fearless.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I think we talked about it earlier, right? When you can have this phenomenal idea and this phenomenal work ethic, bro, but your mind is so strong. If your fear is strong, you'll have paralysis by analysis.
Man, you
know what I'm saying? You'll talk. I got this great idea, and then it ain't gonna work because of this reason. It ain't gonna work because I ain't got this. I got 10,000, but I don't have 100,000. And if I spend the 10, right, bro, you gotta be fearless. Go anyway, right? That's the first one, and the second one is like you gotta be relentless.
Okay.
Right? The clips on YouTube and the clips on the gram and TikTok, they don't tell you that part that you go lose every day. You go fail every single day. So you got to wake up every day embracing that failure and just have a relentless work ethic. The people you see at the top of their game is the people that ain't give up. It ain't the people that had it the easiest.
Man,
right?
y'all better receive this, because he's telling the truth. It's never the people who had it the easiest.
Facts.
It's the people who failed 4 or 5 times and found a way.
Yep.
So with that 10,000, would you say invest in marketing? Would you say invest in yourself? What would you recommend with someone with that?
Man, if you had 10,
just liquid,
I would, number one, take about 1/4 of it and just sit it to the side.
Okay.
Number one, let that be your reserve.
So we got 2,500 we ain't touching.
2,500, put it up.
Okay.
Put it up first, right? And then whatever you want to invest in first, I think you got to analyze your business. I think I just can't give them a specific one, but I would really, marketing and sales is always going to be number 1 and 2 for me. You're right? Because you got to be able to make the money and you got to let the people know. But before you make that call, since you got the 10, you got a little time at that point.
That is true. You bought yourself some time.
You bought yourself some time. Educate yourself on every move you make first.
Yeah.
Educate yourself on every move you make first, and then spend your money, because spend that 10 like it's your last 10. Treat it like it's your last 10. Don't think I got 10 to blow, because that has been my mindset at one time, and I blew it, and then I ain't got nothing to show for it. And it's like, what's next? And that gets really, really depressing.
Not only depressing, you like, where did my bread go?
Facts.
Because you know what's crazy? Sometimes as an entrepreneur, and I said this before, you be kind of measuring yourself and you like, man, I thought I made money not realizing, yeah, you made 6,000, but you spent 10.
Facts.
So you didn't really.
Facts.
You got to celebrate the 6, but you still like, I got to come up with this 4.
Absolutely.
Like somewhere. Like,
right. You got to thin air.
Yeah, you
air.
got to come up with it. So that reserve that you talk about, that 2,500, might save you one day.
Yeah. You gotta build you a reserve, bro, and don't go in it. When you get there, you know, okay, now I gotta stop and figure something out because I'm at my reserve point. Like, don't go in the reserve.
So don't go buy a new pair of shoes. Well, nah, I like shoes. So go get you.
Don't go buy no shoes with that 10.
Go get some 550s at least. Don't get no Jordan. Don't do like.
Man, I got a few pair of these, but these are the cheap ones. I done went and did some other crazy stuff with shoes with different color bottoms on them, and don't go do that.
I have too.
Don't go do that either, because they collect dust.
Wear them a lot.
They collect dust. They collect dust. I look at it all the time in the closet like bad decisions. So don't ball out with the 10.
Don't buy the ones with the spikes on the top either.
Yeah, I got a few of them.
Man, I was so mad I bought them.
Yeah. You dating yourself when you can't even pull them back out. Yeah, facts. You and me both. Trust me, brother. That's what I'm seeing in my head is them old spikes with a lot of dust on them.
I was like, man, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Man, this has been an honor and a pleasure. I'm excited that I know I'll be able to work with you on your project in any type of way. We want to support your production company. We want to support your foundation. Obviously, I'm not buying bundles, but I want to send women his way. So, ladies out there, if y'all are looking for quality products, quality company, quality customer service, y'all got it right here. You know what I'm saying? We got a large woman populations who listens to what we do. And, of course, we're going to cross-promote this as well so everybody will get a chance to see. So, any parting words you want to leave the people with before we wrap today?
I just want to, invite everybody to the podcast, right? I just want to, the best way I can articulate it, man, we just trying to pump out a lot of great energy, right? It's going to be like church with a whole bunch of cussing. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get some gems from that thing is the goal. You might catch some meditation on it, you know what I'm saying? You might catch some mindfulness, just a little bit of things that I've picked up on my journey that I feel like I can't leave here with. And I know our community needs it.
No doubt.
And that's the goal of this whole thing. So, that's what I'm leaving with. The art of never giving up,
Art of never giving up from Warren. With no co-host, just you, right? Right
just
now?
Me, Dolo. Just me, Dolo.
Art of never giving up with Warren. Y'all be on the lookout for that real soon. He in the lab cooking up some stuff. And I'm honored to be a part of the process. So that's Horsemen Academy, and we out.